If you take a look around the grounds of Memorial University or the College of the North Atlantic in St. John's, they're like small ghost towns. Students have been made to stay at home where they've completed their studies online. Suddenly, college and university students had to grapple with this new normal we all find ourselves in and found their world turned upside down. Sadia Chaudhry is one such student. Chaudhry is a foreign gender studies student at MUN and a single parent. Before the pandemic, her and her daughter's life had structure. In the morning, she would take her daughter to school and then go to school herself. When COVID-19 shut down the school system, she initially struggled with balancing the roles of a mom and a student.
When the COVID hit, everything turns into the online platform and the things are getting shut down. We are restricted to go out. So all our life and life-related functions are coming in the shape of a four-wall place. Like we are only having four walls around us, and every life aspect is rolling around these spaces.
Mark Abrahams, the interim provost and academic VP of Memorial University, recognizes the struggles students like Chaudhry face right now and can empathize with how they are feeling.
I imagine that it must be having a tremendous impact on people's morale. It's very difficult, I know, for some faculty, some staff, and certainly the students who are working at home. It's not the environment in which they plan to do their job or do their learning exclusively. Certainly they have their own space, but it's not often the space that you expected to occupy 100% of your time.
Years ago, when these post-secondary students started their education, this isn't the world they thought they'd be graduating into. Students like Sydney Dooley Verstella, a tourism graduate from CNA, is especially affected. Tourism is one of Newfoundland and Labrador's biggest industries, and with the 2020 tourist season effectively cancelled, graduates in the sector are worried about job prospects.
I was working at a hotel doing banquets, and I still am employed by them, but right now, in the banquet area, we really have no idea when people will be going back to having meetings and getting together. So it's not unfortunate because I'm happy I got into the industry, but it's a little sad to see that it's going to be a step back now that we're graduating, that we can't just dive into it as we wanted to and as we should be able to, because in the summer, especially, tourism here is just booming.
People such as Dooley Verstella, however, think the province will be alright if people choose to spend locally.
I'm really being hopeful that people are going to support local and doing a lot of staycations and going out to hotels that are here and Airbnbs and restaurants and anything at all to support local, any purchase at all. You can buy everything locally, even if it's cleaning supplies and anything like that, all kinds of local stores downtown. That's really what's going to help the economy.
The College of the North Atlantic currently has 17 campuses, with 5,200 students enrolled in them. There are nearly 2,000 graduating students from CNA across the province this year. Campus director for the Prince Philip Drive campus in St. John's, Davita Smith, thinks these unusual times will make for a uniquely prepared graduating class of 2020.
Because they've learned things they haven't before, like how adaptable they are. They're resilient. They've been able to learn technology, things that they thought they could never do before. They've learned to be able to work independently and be able to reach out for help when needed. So I think they've learned new skills, not only the skills that their program or courses were able to bring to them, but also life skills.
What becomes of how we educate people might have to change given the circumstances. Some, like Smith, wonder if this will lead to many post-secondary courses being shifted entirely online.
I believe we're going to be using a more blended approach when it comes to education in order to enhance the overall delivery for our student experience. I believe we're going to adapt a little bit more online in our face-to-face delivery.
Others, like Abrahams, think that things will get back to normal once a vaccine for COVID-19 is discovered.
How long that's going to take, nobody really knows. I would anticipate that, we already have said that we expect to be remote for the fall term, and we'll probably be able to figure out relatively early in the fall term if we're going to be doing something similar in the winter.
Exactly what happens in the future with COVID-19 is still up in the air. However, one can say for certain that our colleges and universities will likely not be the same as when we left them earlier this year. For Kicker, I'm Nick Travis.